Hi, I'm Linnea from Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Demons and a whole bunch more. You are going to see and hear the best podcast ever. The Baron's Hideout. Ooh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Baron's Hideout podcast. I'm Dustin.
And I am driller, killer, guitar playing, maniac, Little D.
Yes. Hey, no Anna tonight. You know what that means, Dustin?
Boys' night.
It's a boys' slumber party night.
Boys' night. Was take out a Nintendo.
Yeah, get all the pizza. Get Pete. Actually, before we do that, I have one person who I knew when we were having a boys' night to come on that needed to be here, and also it had to pertain to slumber parties, and that's Pete from Give Me Back My Action and Good Beer Bad Movie Night. Pete, what the hell's up, buddy?
This is great. I'm looking forward to covering this movie, Slumber Party Massacre 2, which first time watch for me. It's going to be fun.
It's a first time watch?
Yeah, it really
No
is.
fucking way.
Yeah, sure is.
Dude. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard nothing but bad things about this, and when Big D said, "Hey, let's watch it," oh, yeah, sold, done,
That's it.
ready, let's do it.
well, that's your first inclination when someone says, hey, it's a bad movie. You're like, well, I'm going to watch it then.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah,
that's what I say. You know, it's not in black and white. It's not a holiday horror movie. It's not about underwater. So Nate already doesn't like it. But I brought, like Pete just brought it up, we are covering 1987 Slumber Party Massacre 2 tonight. And it was my pick, and it's part of our whatever we want to do month. And we were all shooting around ideas, and I was like, you know what? I think it'd be a ton of fun to cover this movie. So I have a question that I'm going to prompt now, but we're going to talk about at the end of the episode.
all right.
Driller Killer is the lead man for the band called Dream Demons with a Z.
Of course.
Okay? All right. What other horror movie musicians are in this band?
Oh,
All right.
we'll do this later.
I'll be
We
thinking.
We'll do this.
Think
we'll do
about
this
the whole.
later.
Okay, all right.
I'll be thinking.
Yeah.
I think I have
So-
one right now, so I got to think about at least one other one.
I got two. But all right, so let's get this out of the way. We're going to head right over to Rotten Tomatoes, and we're going to try and guess the critics and audience score, okay?
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
So, Pete, with the critics, sitting at a whopping 4 reviews
Wow.
Critical 4 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
on Rotten Tomatoes. What do you
Okay.
think they scored it out of 100%?
Oh, it's 12.
That's a solid guess.
I'm shooting pretty low on that one.
Solid guess. Lil D, what about you, man?
I'm going to go 33.
Well, Pete is the closest because it does not have a rating.
Oh shit!
We still haven't really quite figured out what the threshold is before they start putting in, like, numbers.
Like the average, like
Oh, is that okay? So it's not like they reviewed it and didn't rate it. The just doesn't generate.
Rotten
I think
Tomatoes, I
maybe
guess,
like
has some kind of weird, like, way of them figuring out an average, I guess. And I don't know how many reviews it takes for that to be put in. I have no idea.
I would think once it hits like out of 10, that's
Maybe.
when it
I
would
think
start. But
we've
that's
definitely
that's
covered-
also not true. We did something.
But like 7 reviews or something, and it had...
Yeah, we did something a couple weeks ago where it was like 4 reviews and half the people liked it and the other half the people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did happen.
All right. So heading over to the audience with over 2,500 reviews. Pete,
Wow.
what do you think we're sitting at?
I'm still going to shoot pretty low, about 43%.
All right, Lil D,
76.
sitting rotten at 36%.
I should have stuck with my 33. God damn it.
Dude. And this is one of those movies too, man, that's like, it was very low budget. $500,000 to make.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
feel
it
like
made money, didn't it?
it made 1.2 million, yeah.
Yeah, it made a bunch of money. It was a Roger Corman joint, so
Yes,
Exactly.
it was. Yep.
of course it's going to make money. It's Roger Corman. He knows
Yeah.
how to make money.
Yeah. But let's get some histories. Pete, you already kind of spilled your beans.
Yeah. So I've seen the original long time ago. I haven't seen the remake. I also haven't seen the third one.
There's a remake?
The remake,
a-
I will say, pretty damn good.
Really? I've heard nothing
I
but
enjoyed
bad
it.
things, but that doesn't deter me very often. So yeah, I've seen the original. The original is a really, I think it's a pretty good slasher, but the backstory behind the movie, which we don't need to get into here, is really fascinating. And if you don't know why it was made, how it was made, who by whom it was made, I would highly recommend doing some looky-loos on that.
Yeah, that was
I
another
agree.
one too. Like I think it was like $250,000
Yeah, it was
to
very
make
low.
that movie, and it made like 3.5 million. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's another Roger Corman, of course. But I mean, it's like, fuck. Little D, what about you, man? What is your history with Slumber Party Massacre 2?
Oh, man, it goes way back. I want to say maybe 16, 17 years old. I saw the first one, and I had a friend that I think had the second one as well. I purchased the first one, I think at an FYE. It was like on sale for like $3. I was like, yeah, sure, why the fuck not? So I got that, and then I was talking to one of my friends about it. He was like, oh, you know, I actually got both of them. Have you seen the second one? I was like, no. I didn't even know there was a second one.
Right.
He's like, yeah, check it out, man. I think you really like it. And it was a really beat up disc, like really beat up. I think it had to have been going back to maybe like the 90s, maybe I would say, maybe early 2000s.
Was
We'll
there
s-
a certain spot in the disc that was too rewound? For
Maybe.
15-year-old Dustin?
Yeah.
spot
yeah,
warning.
Sorry.
Why
And
is
it might
this
not have
cover all
just been
sticky?
laser burn either. It could have been something else.
Right.
But yeah, just going way back for that one, and I've revisited it countless times. I think I said before we started recording that it was either last year or the year before at one of my local movie theaters. They did a double feature of the first one and this one, and it was really fun to be in the theater with people watching both of these, because obviously I wasn't around to go and experience that. And I think these were direct to video. At least the second one I think was direct to video.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds
first
right.
one I
The
think
first one was in the
theaters.
theater. Yeah, that was a theatrical release. That's got drive-in written
Oh,
all over
for
it.
sure.
Oh,
Like a double bill and a
100%.
drive-in. Yeah.
100%. So yeah, it's definitely a film that I go back to pretty frequently, just because it's so cheesy but fun at the same time. What about you, Big D?
Yeah, so this isn't the first time watch for me either. For the longest time, I owned a pack with this movie in it, because this is one of those horror movies that come in like Slumber Party Massacre Volume 1 through 3, or like how Silent Night, Deadly Night always has 3, 4, and 5 together. And
Yeah,
stuff like
I have that for like the sleepaway camp. It's got like
Exactly.
2, 3,
Like-
and something.
Like not always like the first better movie. All of its sequels are together in one pack.
They're probably owned by different studios.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say
they
it's usually
can't
because of a different
Cross-pollinate
studio type
cross-pollinate
thing.
like that,
It was
yeah.
like that with the Chucky movies too. Like if you wanted to watch
Sure
Child's
is.
Play one, you had to buy the one separately, because all the ones after that were on a different label.
Famously, Evil Dead. I mean, Army of Darkness
That
is
too.
owned by a different. I got the brand new. God, it's beautiful. The collector's set. It's got the TV show. It's got
Oh, that's awesome.
the remake, but it doesn't have Army of Darkness in it.
God damn it! That's where they get
I
you.
know. I know.
They're like, we want more of your money. We switched studios for a reason, for your money.
Yeah. But no, I've had that pack for a very long time, and I've always dug the Driller Killer in this movie, and I always thought he was so fucking cool. growing up as a kid listening to metal music and seeing a killer that kills people with a guitar, I was like, fuck yeah, man, that's my speed. Yes, as a kid, there were boobs in this movie, so I'm like, fuck yeah, man, that's my speed. So yeah, I go way back with it, man, and I loved it. And we talked a little bit about it earlier. This movie is only an hour and 15 minutes long. It gets in, gets out, does not overstay its welcome, and knows what it's about.
Yes.
It's a perfect length for this kind of movie. It's a little gratuitous. It's a little stupid. No, I'm sorry. It's a lot stupid.
It's a lot of stupid, Pete.
A lot of stupid, but done well for the time, anyway.
It's done pretty well. I mean, the little gore that we do see is solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's any longer, and this movie would have started to bore me to death.
Yeah, I feel
they would
that.
probably have added more musical numbers, and that would have enraged me at the very least.
Yeah.
So we had 4 musical numbers in this, and that was enough.
Another thing I want to say is I'm sure there's going to be people out there like, well, do I need to watch Slumber Party 1 before I watch this one? I would say not really. It is connected, but it's like kind of loosely connected. Like you kind of get the story told to you what happens in the first one in this. So
yeah, it's explained, and if you're this sounds pretentious, if you're listening, you'll pick up on the clues from the first movie. That's a little shitty thing to say.
And not,
there's flashbacks
not just
too.
yeah, not just that. It's like our main girl runs into her room before she leaves the very first time we see her, and she pulls out like a photo album with articles of that night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We get headlines saying Slumber Party Massacre TM happened, and that's all you really need to know. Like, you don't need to know this girl took part in the first movie, because this killer that's in this movie has nothing to do with that killer.
No.
Correct.
So
And how this killer kind of comes about is one thing that leaves me always scratching my head. But it's like, I don't care. It's cool.
yeah, exactly. He kicks ass with his leather pants and his fucking leather jacket.
Pompadour and
I loved
his
it.
steel-tipped boots.
So good. But speaking of that guy, his name's Atnis Illich. I think is his name.
Yeah, he was a musician before, right?
Do you know who his dad was?
no idea.
His dad was the CEO and founder of Little Caesars Pizza.
Oh,
kidding.
fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude. So funny.
So this guy had all sorts of fuck you money. He's
The
like, I do what I want.
connections, yeah. It's like, I can't remember the dude's name, but the guy who created Leica Studios. God, I wish I remembered his name, but his dad is like the dude that created Nike.
That's crazy. When you find that stuff out, when we're doing this, it always blows my mind of like who knows who, or like what family this person's from, or whatever. So it's just like, what?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Little Caesars, huh?
He's third cousins removed twice from his sister's mother's side of the guy from the Titanic.
I could buy that. Too.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
So Pete, let's dive into it, man. What was one of your favorite parts in this movie, man?
I think I know.
Yeah. The reason I invited him on here.
This movie is wacky, and I did watch it a second time, and I enjoyed it better the second time through. The first time through, I was a little ticked off at this film. I was like, this is, it doesn't know what it wants to do.
He's like, this is a Pete movie, and I don't know why.
I liked the last 2 musical numbers. Those are probably my favorite things in this movie. They were very silly, but they were, god damn it, those songs are catchy. Especially that last one when Driller Killer is following
Buzz.
Anne up or Dawn. What I don't remember anybody's name. Crystal Bernard following her up the scaffolding to end her life. That was a very catchy rockabilly tune, and this guy could have been in Sha Na Na for all I know. Hey kids, ask your grandparents about Sha Na Na. That's I I don't know. I have such mixed feelings about this movie because it does a lot of things very badly, but it does a couple of things really good, and it turned out to be an enjoyable film. I did like the driller killers, the very first kill through the chest. Great effects. And then you had every little boy's wet dream looking through a window and seeing some gal take her top off and get splashed with champagne. And probably my favorite line is, "They do that? No, they don't." But
Girls are weird.
in your fantasy, they did that. So
Yes.
a little disappointed Crystal Bernard didn't take her top off, but I think she came from a pretty religious background.
True. That kid TJ, did you guys recognize him?
I
didn't
do. I
recognize
have seen him in
anybody
other
but
stuff, but I always
Crystal
forget what
Bernard.
it is.
His name is Joel Hoffman, and the only thing I recognized him because as soon as I heard him talk, and he had that stupid voice like this. He is the brother that stays behind in Pumpkinhead.
That's right.
For Ed Harley. He's the one that gets
That is
snatched up.
right.
The one that does the right thing, man. And that's what I hated so much about this is he's such a fucking sleazebag in this dude. And, dude, to the point where he comes outside with the fucking blow up doll that's big chilling in this bedroom, dude. And that girl's like, "Yeah, my brother's been here. He's so funny." And it's like, "You're touching that?"
Yeah, don't touch that.
And you're
Well, it's in the pool now. It's got some chlorine in it. It's all right, right?
it's cleaned off now. Yeah.
And now it's in the pool, so that's why no one got in the pool afterwards.
Yeah,
That is also true. Yeah. So, Lil D, what about you, man? Did you have a favorite particular part of this movie?
Oh man, there's so much of it when I think of it. I'm like, I really enjoyed that, or I really enjoyed this. And I think one of the moments that whenever it comes around, I'm always like, this is so crazy, is when they have the cops. When they call the cops because their friend
God, yes.
goes missing, and our main character, she's kind of going through it throughout this entire film. She's hallucinating, or is she not? That's the one thing about this movie. It's like,
I think it's more or less survivor's guilt. I think is what it is. Like
I'm sure that's
what
probably
she's
what
having.
that would be. Like,
Trauma.
that's a good way of putting it, actually. But when the cops come and just how not serious but serious they are, and they go, "If you cause trouble in my town, I'm gonna make sure you never come back." And then they call back later, and they're like, "Yeah." So the main dude's just like, "Yeah, we don't believe you." It's like hangs up on him, like, "You're a cop."
Totally gaslighting these girls that are saying someone's stalking us.
Yeah.
If next time, I'll spill your guts next time, dude. And I love that little girl, the drummer that walks in, and she goes, "Yeah, I found this boy. I had to go get some pimple cream and all this and that, and
Am I in trouble?
Did I do something wrong?" And the cop looks at her and goes, "Well, your friend thought you were dead, and you just wasted $200 of taxpayer money. But no, you did nothing wrong." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, man."
Yeah. One thing I want to comment on also is the way that they film when men are looking at the women, how they film that, how it's like they're looking down at them.
Yeah.
And like you essentially saying you mean nothing, or like, we're not going to believe you because you're a woman. And that's one thing that they do in this film. And also, in a way, they did that in the first one, and that's kind of like what these films are. It's written by a woman, directed by a woman, doing it through the woman's gaze and not so much the male gaze. And that's what I really like about these movies, to be honest.
Yeah, but I like the part that leads up to that, dude. And we kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, we have our drummer girl who, like, periodically, she's like, "Yeah, I feel like there's something fucking growing inside my face." And everyone's like, and they're like, "We don't see anything." And the next time we see her, she has pimple patches all over.
Yeah.
Dude, then she...
Oxy 10.
Oh my God. And then Crystal Bernard like freaks the fuck out, right? Because she's sitting in the bathtub and you hear like that wow, wow. And the bathtub starts like filling with blood and she freaks out and goes downstairs, and we got our drummer, she runs upstairs and she goes, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And she goes, "Well, I tried turning it off." Like, she tried to play it off like actually it's nothing. And she looks at her and she has that fucking pustule on her face, dude.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh my God, that thing had its own fucking area code, dude. How big it was. and then it pops and gets in her mouth.
It landed right in her mouth.
Oh my!
And the way that
God.
she like acted during that too, of like that's showing how gross out she was, is so accurate. I'm like that. Yep, you're right, girl.
That had to be like she had to actually respond to that.
God.
I promise that wasn't meant to go in her mouth.
What do you think that was made out of? Knowing Roger Corman,
It was probably yogurt.
You think
it's
so?
the stuff
so.
inside the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Hostess cakes.
there you go. Yes, that's what it is.
I'd take that. Yeah,
Those
but
are
no, I
delicious.
think it's definitely a yogurt because you can make yogurt look pretty fucking gross and still taste good.
Yeah,
I mean, but knowing Roger Corman, it was probably water mixed with oil mixed with something fucking cheap.
Ah,
nah, he would have gone to the
Egg
grocery
spoiled
store.
like vinaigrette or something.
Yeah, who has spoiled milk in their fridge?
He just produced it. He didn't direct it. The director wouldn't have done
No,
it.
I know. But man, my thing, I love the Driller Killer in this, and I know you can only do so much with it's like, I'm gonna say a standard weapon, but it's like, it's a guitar, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's my only gripe is I wish they kind of played him up like Freddy Krueger, like how Freddy Krueger has like a
Sure.
sense of humor while he was doing all this stuff, and I wish it kind of paid off a little bit more. Because there are times like when they're driving away, thinking they got away, and he pops his head up and he has the fucking rose in his ear.
Well, I mean
he's
that's
like,
their fault
"Hey."
for not checking the back seat. I mean, we're in a horror movie.
That is true.
You
too.
gotta check the back seat at all times. The whole demon. I almost wish this movie would have flipped the script, and the Driller Killer would have been in Crystal Bernard's head, and she was going around doing all the actual killing. That's really where I wanted it to go. That's since it was the first time watch for me. I'm like, are they really gonna? They're gonna make Crystal Bernard the killer? That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this.
I think though, in a way, they kind of did that because remember at the end she's in the insane asylum.
But I've seen
I think
that
they
before.
pinned it on her. Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer did it marvelously in, I think, season 7, where she was, in real life, she was taking drugs so that she was in comatose, and in the comatose state, she was in her actual world. It's a marvelous episode. And that's kind of how this played out, where she's the only one that can see the Driller Killer until like an hour into the whole movie. And then everyone gets killed, and then she wakes up, and it was a dream, and then she wakes up next to her boyfriend, who turns into the Driller Killer, and then she wakes up again in the insane asylum with the Driller Killer drilling through the
Yeah,
floor.
it's very like, what's going on here?
It's manic. This movie is manic, and it doesn't always know what it wants to do.
It's a dream state. That's
When he
how I put
just
it.
appears out of nowhere, when she and her boyfriend finally get down, right? I thought
Go
for sure,
all the way.
right? Because she's starting to push back because it's her first time, and she's like, I don't know. It's just, I've never gone all. And when he says all the way, I'm thinking in my head, she just reached over and grabbed a drill and just drilled into his chest, and then she's running around killing her friends and such because she's snapped. Not so much though, darn it. Or maybe it did happen, and she's in the insane asylum, and we don't actually know the ending of this movie.
That is true. Yeah, because I would have liked to have seen that because I mean, there's like lore of like the supernatural where the more you talk about a spirit, the more powerful it becomes. I.e., like Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
type thing.
Krueger did that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's where our Driller Killer comes from. But I would have actually really dug if our main girl, Crystal Bernard, was the killer. That was my biggest gripe with I think it was like Scream 6. Yeah, or 5 Cream. No, the first one.
Cream.
The first one that has what's her face in it? Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega, yeah.
Because that whole movie, like the older sisters, like having like these, visions of Billy Loomis. I was really hoping it was her.
Me
type
too.
of thing.
I was
So-
thinking, I was hoping that too. Yeah, and they
So
threw
I
that all the
would've-
way in the second one.
I would have really dug that, Pete, if she actually was the killer. Like, you see it pans over, and she has fashioned her guitar because she's part of this chick band,
Yeah.
you know, and
She's got a guitar. Yep.
she's fashioned her guitar to kill these people with. One of my favorite kills, though, is like we were talking about them calling the cops, and the cop's like, "Yeah, I don't fucking believe you." And the guy grabs the phone from him, and he's like, "Why the fuck can you hear me?" And you see the drill come through the wall, through the phone.
Yeah.
And it's like you see the drummer chick. She just got
Sally, I think,
impaled.
yeah.
I think her name was Sally. Yeah, Mustang Sally. Oh yeah.
Hey.
But I would have dug that, Pete. I would have dug the psyche of, Christopher, because throughout this whole movie, she's periodically just seeing more shit, and people
She
are like,
sees things. She has these terrible nightmares that, and she even says at the beginning, "I don't want to spend the night I don't want to spend my birthday in a insane asylum."
Yeah.
yeah,
One of the greatest lines in horror history.
I do want to talk about the mom real quick though.
Oh, yeah?
Because I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I like as a parent, and I was thinking about this watching it today in a different way. It'd be like if I had two kids, right, and one of them got sent off to a insane asylum, one of them survived from this attack that happened. Am I going to be like that parent and completely shut off my other child and even forget when her birthday is just because I'm so fixated on, oh, your sister said a word today. It's so good. Let's go see them now. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, Little D, but I tell you, trauma is a bitter pill. People deal with it in all sorts of different ways, and I'm not here to tell anybody like you're suffering in the wrong way. I get what you're saying though. You think as a parent yourself, you're like, I hope I would be able to still support both of my kiddos through all of this, and sadly, this woman isn't able to do that.
Yeah. But I like how she's like, yeah, so you guys are going on a very long trip. Please be safe. And then she just fucks off. I was really hoping for Driller Killer to pop out of somewhere and snatch her up.
Come through the door like they did at the end of
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
Just snatch her done.
Snatch
She's
her
the
up.
blow
Man.
up doll instead, though.
She is the
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, like I was kind of bummed when I seen, like, when they're like, yeah, we're gonna go on this trip. I was like, there's only 4 girls. Like, this is like first time watching it. I was like, there's 4 girls. Not this time, but. And then when the dude showed up, I'm like, good. They upped the body count. They made it like it's like up because you at that point you want to care about these 4 girls, get to know them, and but at the end of the day, it's like they added 3 guys to the equation, so now there's 7 people that we have to now care about, and you're like, some of these people I don't care about,
Yeah.
like you got TJ, which is and when he shows up, and you have them sleeping, and just hear them getting it on in the next room, and she's like, Are they always this loud? And she goes, the louder they are, the better it is. And then they quiet down.
Yep.
It's math, Pete. Math.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
It's bed
I think is what she says.
God damn it, dude. But yeah, then TJ, his dumbass, Crystal Bernard's like, yeah, I'm not feeling too great, all this and that. And he goes, well, here, let me help you. Grabs her by her fucking head and throws her in the pool. I'm like,
sorry about that.
you dickhead, dude.
Yeah,
like, fuck you.
He's a turd. Yeah, he's
Dude,
an
and
awful person. And did he survive? Wait, no.
No.
He
No,
didn't.
no,
That's
no.
right.
He got
that was
killed
a funny
at the,
scene later on.
neighbors.
Let's talk about that later. That was
Yeah.
his death is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just, I guess we can just round to the deaths, man, because we've already touched on a few of them. And yeah, Pete, let's talk about it. Like the couple that runs up to this house.
So, yeah, they're getting chased. Finally, Driller Killer has made himself known. He's killed the drummer with the drill through the wall, through the telephone, and we get blood on the backside or so. When the driller killer kills Christopher Bernard's boyfriend,
Dismembers him.
drills through his chest, and she's screaming, and she screams at him, much like in a Freddy movie, "You're not real, you're a dream." And he pulls up a prop from Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers and says, with this arm, right? It says, "Does this look like a dream?" And
Yeah.
I lost it. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
this dismembered arm. Oh, it was great.
Oh, it's good shit.
Where else do we? Where did we go from there? The
So-
lead singer gets killed off screen.
Well, TJ, the boyfriend, like,
Right.
first and foremost, Pete, you're a musician. Dustin, you're a musician. I'm a musician. This boy picks up this bass and tries to swing it at him. I'm like, dude, please don't do that to that instrument.
No.
That instrument didn't do anything
drumsticks.
to you. Yeah, do the drumsticks.
Put him in his eyeball.
Don't.
You're coming
Don't
at me with a
Or take a cymbal,
real
dude. I'd be
guitar.
okay with that. Fling that thing. It'll cut someone's head off.
Symbol would cut it off. Somebody
Yeah.
attacked him with a lamp. I thought. Wasn't there a?
It was
floor
the
lamp?
friend. It was Jeff.
That's right.
And
name
then
is
it
Jeff.
lit up the entire house even more. It's like somehow the house got even brighter now.
Yeah. Oh, but it's like it's not even his. Like, it's his girl's bass. You know, it's like that's what even made it better. It was like, again, it just shows to the point of him not caring, because it's like it's not even his shit.
Just run at him,
fucking
dude. If you're that macho, run at him.
And it's not just it's a courtesy thing. Like I would never walk up to Pete's station, pick up his trombone boner, and start playing it.
Shit.
Because
Yeah, one gross. That's like kissing Pete, and that's you don't want that.
exactly. Pete wouldn't walk up to my station and pick up my bass without. I mean, sure, he'd ask if he asked, I say yes. But this boy just walks up and picks it up. And I'm like, dude, you look like you guys are trashed. So
Yeah.
if you fall and break it, that's on your ass, dude. Now she doesn't have an instrument. You know, they're trying to write this hit song of the summer, and you done fucked it
For
up.
their big old dance party at school.
That's right.
Yeah. But he gets got in the leg. Is that what happens? This driller killer misses him, kind of,
Yeah.
and
so,
drills him on this
yeah,
thigh.
TJ's limping for the rest of the movie till he takes it later on.
It's
But
awesome.
yeah, driller killer's chasing him, and they get outside somehow, and they run to the next door neighbor, and this cracked me up. It was a wonderful scene. They're knocking on the door. Let us in. Let us in. No answers. No answers. And they went, no one's home, and they run away, and the driller killer gets them in the driveway. Both the kids are dead. There's blood all over the garage door. And then the owner of the house opens the front door, sticks his head out, looks around, and says, "Damn kids." And goes back in.
It's very a la Friday the 13th too, because like you see like just the house, and then it like pans out a little bit, and you see the house, and then the dead kids, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, he didn't quite
It-
look too far. He didn't look far enough, right?
yeah, he didn't have his glasses on, is what it was. So, but it was beautiful, man. And then then they're running through that fucking the industrial park where they're building all that shit, dude. And these girls are petite, you know, they're in shape, they're good looking, and what's her name, Amy, Kimberly MacArthur.
Sure.
Sure,
I didn't catch any of the names.
Well,
I'm
she's
sorry.
she's like the blonde best.
She's a
friend from
driver.
the driver, and
okay.
she gets stuck, like not able to crawl through this hole that is 3 feet wide.
They're commenting on something that she has that the other girls don't have.
That is the thing, is she's a former she's a former playmate is the thing, and her whole deal with this movie was she was not the one to get nude because she wanted to kind of veer away from
good
it.
for her. Okay.
So, but yeah, they're like, if you're not going to get naked, we're going to make it obvious that, you know, you can't squeeze through tight spaces.
Yeah.
Dude, and she
And they're
catches that shit dude, and she catches that shit to the back, dude, and that looks fantastic. For like the drag mark of that drill. And the whole time while this dude's shredding the solo to Freebird, and he's killing people, man. Like, Dude, how does he keep that thing in tune, Pete? Like, is his tuning keys down here by the bridge or by the?
It has to be. It's you can do.
It's all the
sorts of things
mojo,
electrically.
man. He's got so much mojo.
That's what it is.
It's that demon mojo. That's a demon guitar. It just does.
And the blood just lubricates it more, you know.
Ah,
Is
there
that-
you go.
you need guitars need lubrication. Ew.
His does. It's funny too because you see in some scenes when he's like starting it up, you actually see him hit a switch that starts it, and he starts playing. So
There is a switch on his guitar that starts turning the drill at the top. I did see that. That was pretty cool.
I wanted to see all the spikes going to somebody because the guitar's got so many like weird fucking spiky parts. I was like,
It's
this
an odd shape, yeah.
I think like Prince's old guitar, man, that could do some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And absolutely custom.
His
So like
penis guitar, yeah.
God damn it, dude.
What else was it?
Yeah, Prince had a fucking member guitar. Sure did. But I love it, man. It looks great, you know, like it looks very demonic.
Yes.
Like you're saying with all the horns and shit, dude. But I love this ending. This ending to this movie, man, because it makes you think it was just a dream.
Yeah.
It does feel like a fever dream, 100%.
So
Yeah.
Crystal Bernard at the end. So Driller Killer's got her, dead to rights, and he's
Dead to rights.
right. What does he say? You're gonna burn, baby, or something. And
What did he say? It was what's
it was real corny.
It's from a
He
song.
goes, I can't get no satisfaction.
something like
He keeps
that.
taking like song lyrics when she grabs like the blowtorch, right?
Yeah. And
Something in
so she-
flames.
Burn, baby, burn.
like, but there's just a blowtorch sitting there at the top of this construction. She lights it, sets him on fire, and she starts cackling like a demon herself. Also, even at this point, I'm thinking she's still the killer. She's finally and she gets this face like Angela on Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Like, her face at the end as she's setting this guy on fire was frightening. And Chris Bernard, you're a beautiful woman. Wow. Is that your O face? I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh.
Just give her a blowtorch.
Yeah. But I love it, dude. Like, again, we keep comparing it to like Nightmare on Elm Street, like Carrie, all that shit, dude. Like the last scene, like you see her wake up in the bed next to her boyfriend, but like the filter that's on is very bright. Like you're kind of like squinting watching it because it's whitewashed and all that shit, dude. And she rolls over and starts smooching on him, and of course you know he's got to be the bad guy because he's wearing the fingerless gloves.
Yeah, dude.
and,
Come
and
on.
the leather wristbands.
Oh my god,
The
dude!
spike wristbands.
Yeah, with all the spikes on it, of course.
Oh my god! And he goes, "Hey!" and he fucking kicks the jukebox. And then the jukebox is your brain, and it kicks you over to her in the fucking mental asylum.
Yeah, that shot of the drill coming up with her way in the back, the way they're playing with depth of field there is so cool. I think that is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's at a weird angle too, so you're
It's
not sitting straight at that point.
Yeah, you're like,
It's oblong. It's like this. Yeah.
It's at
Yeah.
not quite a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
And the drill is coming like almost vertical, so it's all very strange angles.
one thing that I don't know if it bothers me or if I just like it because of how out of place it is. It's as soon as going back to Sally when her face pops, right? And our main girl is running down the stairs, and all of a sudden her boyfriend Matt shows up, and it's like, she's dead in the bathroom, and it's like, where the fuck did he come from? He was not here with them. I know that they talked previous in the movie, being like, hey, come up and you can, come hang out with us. And he's like, well, I got some family stuff I got to do, blah, 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 but I'll be there after. But he just comes in all like, who's dead? All right, let's go check it out. Like, what the fuck, dude?
And then she's not there. Like, where the fuck did she go?
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, where in her running down the stairs, unless she was locked in, like, this vision of hers and seeing that with her friend not there, kind of like Stranger Things type vibe is what I'm trying to put there.
And but not just that, it's like nobody's seen her leave. And that's why they called the cops.
Yeah, they're like, where the fuck were you?
They thought she was in the fucking garbage disposal.
Why didn't they open it? Just open it.
To open it. Why didn't the cop open it when he was there, you prick?
Too much money. It was already,
Yeah.
having to pay
$250. Would have cost the
$250.
taxpayers an extra $25 or something.
Yeah.
When Crystal Bernard opened that refrigerator and that chicken jumped out at her, dude.
And it's just like squirting out blood.
Oh, that puppet, it was amazing. Like, that was so fucking fun, dude.
This is before the Driller Killer comes out, and she's slipping into madness, clearly, seeing things that aren't there. And yeah, she goes in for a snack, and this headless chicken roast and starts vomiting barbecue sauce all over her. Or Hershey syrup, whatever was cheaper.
Yeah, true. It was fucking beautiful, dude. And you sit there, it's singing to her, like its little neck flap is like singing the song. Oh my god, dude, it's so much fun. So much fun. But alright, so I posed this question at the beginning of the episode. Hopefully you guys thought a little bit about it. So, we have our Driller Killer fronting a band called Dream Demons with a Z. Who would you add to this band to make it a full band? And we'll start with Pete.
All right. I got a couple.
Sure.
I gotta have Muscle Sax Man from Lost Boys.
There you go.
Oh, you stole one of mine.
Gotta have
Still
him.
believe.
He's still doing stuff. He's actually doing music with Gunship
he was
right
in
now.
Columbus recently, so it's a couple of. I think Nate went to go see him. And he got a picture. It was funny. I gotta have Tim Curry from Legend play the horns. Get it? Because he's the devil, and
He's Satan. Yeah.
And lastly, I gotta, and I think I told this to you earlier. I gotta have the girl from Audition play piano.
Yeah, why not? It's like Dream Theater style. This band's gonna be massive.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Lil D, what do you got, man?
All right, so mine, they're not particularly horror, but horror adjacent in a way.
Yeah,
sure.
One is definitely going to be the devil from To Pick Up Destiny. We got to have Dave Grohl over there playing fucking drums.
That was gonna be one of mine, dude.
And then this is just to fill out the rest of the band and to have more is I'm going to take the skeleton band from Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
But I got a front man that I think is the front man of all horror
Excellent.
music. And that is one Sammy Kerr
That's a
From-
good one.
from Trick or Treat.
That's a good one.
Okay. Yep.
He possessed that fucking final vinyl that he made.
Yes, he did.
Oh my god, dude, that movie rules. And then I'd have the demon hipster chicks from Scott Pilgrim versus the World be the backup singers.
Very good.
Okay.
So we have a full. We don't have anyone as slappy's the bass. You got old bass player.
Doesn't the devil do that at some point in The Pick of Destiny? Doesn't he start slapping?
No,
the
he
bass?
plays guitar. But I was gonna say the bass player from Dusk Till Dawn.
That works.
Oh,
He has the body bass that he plays.
Sure does. Yep.
That's a fucking solid. I'd go see him.
me too.
Sign me up.
I'd pay good money to see that band. Yeah.
Sign me up, man. But yeah, so I feel like we've said everything we can say about this hour-long movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to say a lot about a movie that doesn't have a lot to it.
Yeah. So let's get into ranking this bad boy, and we'll start with Pete. Pete, out of 5 drilling guitars, what do you give Slumber Party Massacre 2?
It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's not great. It's not going to be on my regular rotation, but I'm not sad I saw it. I'll out of 5, I'll go with a 3. It's just fine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
I
easily
didn't
fair.
hate it by any stretch. Actually, had I only saw it once, I might have given it like a 2. because I really didn't enjoy it that first time because I didn't get my ending. I didn't get Chris Bernard wasn't the killer.
Sure.
That pissed me off so much. But then second watching, it got, since I knew what was coming, it got more fun.
Coming. Pete knows what's coming. Yep. Lord E, out of 5 drilling guitars, what do you give Slumber Party Massacre?
Well, actually, mine are going to be Todd's. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 of my Todd's.
That's fair too, man. That is absolutely fair. And I'm on the same boat as you guys, man. This is one of those movies that next time I watch it, I'm absolutely going to be getting some Little Caesars pizza.
Oh, yeah, man.
Of course.
Yeah, Pete, I need to ask you.
Yes, sir.
If you had 2 toppings on a pizza,
Yes.
what would they be?
Pineapple and anchovies.
There you go. Sweet and salty.
That's
Don't
also
say.
a lie.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm not here to yuck your yum, man. The only person I make fun of is Anna because she says cheese and pepperoni, and that's plain as shit.
Oh, Anna.
Yeah, but no, I would order a bunch of pizza. This is one of those movies you put on in the background. You could even marathon them like Dustin did. Like Dustin watched 1 and 2.
I honestly do recommend that a lot because both of these films have such a different tone. The first one, I would say, is a little bit more serious in tone, a little bit darker. Yep. It does take place at night, mainly. And this one's definitely more like, I'm in a fever dream. I'm high as fuck right now. What's going on?
Not just that. Look at what else came out around this time, too.
Oh, a lot of shit, man.
You know? So it was trying to fit, like...
There's a lot of...
It was trying to fit, like, the tonality of where horror was at that time.
Yeah. And you said this came out in 87?
87, yeah.
So it was like, what, 3 years previous was Nightmare, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, they definitely were probably catching on that drive. Which is nothing wrong with that.
Oh, on IMDb it says, movies that are like this. You have Sleepaway Camp, Cheerleader Massacre, and The Mutilator.
Oh, The Mutilator! Yes!
We don't talk about Mutilator on this show.
All right.
Mutilator.
I love The Mutilator. It's so good.
Bad movie.
It's so fucking fun, man. But all right, Pete, we really appreciate you jumping on here with us, man.
We do.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is
of
fun.
course.
It's
always a pleasure.
Was this Pete's third time on the show?
At least twice.
No, didn't you?
Maybe it was
But
3.
I thought you came on for another one when we were doing Full Moon.
I could have been drunk.
That was Charlie.
Was that Charlie? Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
I can see how you get them confused.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Same show.
2 painfully handsome men come on your show. I can see how you get us mixed up.
Yeah. But you definitely got to come back on, man.
Oh yeah, this was fun. Anytime you guys want a boys' night slumber party, woo, woo, woo.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll bring the popcorn.
No girls
it.
allowed. That's you, Anna.
Ew.
No girls allowed.
Ew. Cooties, gross.
So, Pete, what do you guys got cooking over on Give Me Back My Action and Horror Movies?
We just started recording for our month of chaos, and we are selecting movies with the Wheel of Pain. Anna,
Wheel
Charlie,
of Pain. Wheel of Pain.
Anna, Charlie, and I have selected 2 action and 2 horror each. Submitted them to Charlie's wife, i.e., Give Me Back My Action and Horror HR department, and she has kept those under wraps. Charlie spins the wheel; it lands on a section of the wheel, and we reveal what the movie is. And the first one to come out, it was an Anna pick, and it was Terrifier. And Charlie couldn't have been. You gotta watch the Instagram, folks. If you haven't seen it, get on our Instagram. Charlie's reaction to Jackie saying, "It's Terrifier." He blows his top because he hates the movie, hates clowns, but he hates the movie too. So it was to see him get just go off the rails like that. It was hilarious. And we're all still friends. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, first one is Terrifier. It should be out next week.
Perfect. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to hear that fucking episode, dude, because not for nothing, like between him and Nate's hate for Terrifier.
Oh, it's bad.
I can guarantee you if it wasn't a clown, it'd be a completely different story.
I think you're right. I do.
And
there's problems with the movie, and we all address it, and the ones that liked it addressed or acknowledged said flaws in the film, but yeah, it was
it's
it
an
wasn't
independent
a knuckle
movie.
fight,
Yeah.
but it was we all respectfully disagreed many a time.
I can't wait to hear that shit, dude.
Me
It's going to
either.
be great. So yeah, follow us. The month of chaos is always a good time because I like to throw in some real stinkers.
Yeah,
That's what
because
it's meant for.
he goes, I love this one. You guys are gonna hate it.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh man, Dustin, what do we got cooking over here, man?
Oh man, so much stuff. We are finishing up our whatever we want to do month, and then we're kind of coming in with some, I want to say, really good bangers very soon. We have a lot of things cooking. We got more tales coming out. And boy, the amount of shorts we've already covered is insane to me, and it just going to keep on growing. And everybody who's enjoying that, thank you so much for tuning in, and also for our main episodes like this one. Is always really cool to have everybody here too. But I always like to mention, if you guys are on audio platforms, make sure you guys are rating us. That's extremely important. Liking, sharing, and commenting. And over on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Do the same thing. Like, comment, share. It means a lot. And if you want to support us even further, you can go right over to our Patreon for $2 a month.
$2, Bob.
You get everything up to at least a week early. And, bringing on people like Pete coming over here talking about films. And
He's expensive.
yes, he is. But, no, we've
Pete
been...
said Miller High Life is, give me a 4-pack of Miller High Life, and that's it.
Oh, man, this has been so much stuff we've been
that's my-
covering. And it's always a blast being over here and bringing on other people to talk about all these films, especially going back to a movie like Slumber Party Massacre 2. Like, geez, I don't remember the last time I went on looking at podcasts to see who was talking about that movie. But here we are. It's a lot of fun. But
That's
what
us.
about you, Big D? What do you got cooking over on your shows?
So, with this coming out, we had just put out the letter T, and that is for America. America. Hey, we didn't pick it. The everyone voted, and we are doing Team America World Police.
That's a movie.
Still funny as fuck. It is still funny as fuck. There's plenty. It opens with an explosion, Pete. It's very of its time. It's very South Park. So you just keep that in mind. But yeah, Team America World Police, and then we are coming up to the end of our AB season because we are rounding out the very. Well, you guys are coming on for X. Give me back for X2. Remember? You picked it, Pete. You picked X2 to come on for that. And over on B Action, when this drops, I will. On B Action, we will have just put out our episode for our 1-year celebration. We did a bracket of B Action stars. So for each movie we've covered, that's for that full year, I took 2 people from each movie. Doesn't matter if it's a hero, villain, hero, villain, whatever. Put them in a bracket, and then we found out who was the B Actionist star of B Action. That was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun.
And we all know it was Dustin himself.
Me. I will say it got very, very good in round 2 and on because we kind of trimmed the fat with round 1. So, but that's all I got. Dustin, what do we got to do to get out of here, man?
just say thank you, and thank you, Pete, for coming on and talking about this film. It's also always cool to have people come on with a movie they've never seen before for their first time watching and hearing your perspective of it after, the both of us have seen this movie multiple times. So it was really, really cool hearing you talk about it. But other than that, thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Later.